Hi y'all, it's me Trainer Yaseen from Converse English. Almost like 1 year I do have an account in Anchor, and after so long I decided that okay, I'll go ahead and do a podcast. I kept thinking of creating a podcast, unfortunately because of my tight schedule, busy lifestyle, and workaholic nature. I hardly find to make contents like this apart from my profession and job. So after all, for you people from Converse English, I plan to make a podcast starting from today. So every day you'll be getting a new podcast from me on different topics. So before we go much deeper into the topic and content, what I would like to speak is all about, basically why podcast and how podcast can help us being beginners in speaking English or in the language communicative English. If we listen, what we get out of it. So according to me, if you want to be a good speaker, you should be a good listener. Most of my students, my friends, my colleagues keep on asking, I want to become the best speaker in the world, especially in English. But you know what? I'm struggling. So what can we do? How we can come out of that? And the first thing and the tip which I give to them, be a good listener. Yes. So welcome to my podcast channel. It's me, Trainer Yaseen from Converse English. So this is my first podcast for you people. Starting from now, as I mentioned before, I'll be making every day a new podcast with a different content so that you can listen. And today we are discussing about the importance of podcasts and how podcasts can help us. So, as I told before, most of our friends, have this issue, how we can improve the language. If listening can improve or give an input to our language. Yes, of course. So, how and when? This is what we're going to discuss now. Being a psychologist, I think I can relate it very much with humans, a mentality and ability of mind. The moment you listen something from someone, we listen it carefully, and our brain or mind can conceive it, receive it. Then the ability of a mind will give us an idea to think about that. And possibly we can respond, we can reply to that person in our own way and our own manner. So if I speak a little more technically, it is all about the psychomotor system which is working once we are communicating with anyone. Yes. So you might be thinking, what is a psychomotor system and what this person is speaking all about? Can you please make it simple? I'll give you an example. See, listening skills, it's important than anything in the world. Because once we listen to someone, our subconscious mind will be active. So subconscious mind means I may have to explain what kind of minds and what are the different kinds of mentality and mind we do have. So conscious mind and subconscious mind are the two sections or two different mind we have been classified. Now, conscious mind is something where we'll be alert and completely conscious all about. See, for example, you're driving a car, or you're riding a bicycle, or you're traveling on a bus. You're just doing that physically. But mentally, you'll be thinking of hundreds of things. But without your knowledge, automatically you'll be accelerating the accelerator. In case if you are in need of emergency, you'll be pushing down the brakes, you'll be steering, you'll be controlling the entire vehicle system. But still, you are doing that subconsciously. You keep doing that. And the first time when you started driving, it was not like that. It was very consciously you were doing that, and you did it with utmost care and control, as if like you have to push the accelerator, suddenly you have to push down your clutch and have to shift your gear, and slowly you have to release the clutch and the vehicle should move on. So there it was much more conscious, and quite often the vehicle got broke down. Sometimes vehicle got switched off the ignition, you have to switch it on again and you have to continue driving again. Whereas once you became an expert in that, you started driving freely. So the same system is actually working in terms of language and our human mind. The first time when you heard, the first time when you're trying to attempt to speak, it's all conscious. The probability of committing mistakes and occurring errors are more. But once you are an expert in that, or you feel free to speak and free to listen, without your knowledge itself, things started getting into your mind. And the more you listen, the vocabulary bank, the collection of words increased. Now your mind got a number of words. You have a lot of options, multiple ideas, different contents. Everything is there within your mind. So that is why the power of listening skill is important in learning language. So coming to the podcast, being a good listener, how it help you? It helps in all way. Like for example, being a listener, it will tempt and it will motivate you to speak more. All those podcasts, what you listen, will help you to be a better speaker. Not just that, podcasts will share a lot of information. It can be mental, it can be physical, it can be academical, it can be anything else, because you got a lot of podcasts in and around. Nowadays Clubhouse also launched, so people start speaking a lot and you can listen to different people. And most of us Indians, we are not used to podcasts just because we got obsessed with YouTube and other WhatsApp medias, like social media like Facebook, Instagram. Even I am very popular, and I'm a person who use Facebook, Instagram frequently. But what I felt as a user, not as a content creator, as a user, I travel a lot and I move around. So I felt like, podcast is much more accessible. I can listen whenever I travel. Or if I'm moving from one place to another, I can listen someone else's podcast. I can gain some knowledge. I can listen about books. I can listen about contents. I can listen about some ideas, everything. So that is why podcast is important. So friends, as it is day 1, I'm winding it up. I request you to listen to this podcast, and I request you to comment below the topics which you want me to speak upon. It can be any topic. It can be related to language, it can be related to motivation, it can be related to minds, power, everything. Okay, whatever you wish to. Okay, so you can just type below in the comment and send to me, or else if you have my number, you can send it to me on WhatsApp. Or you can reach me out on yazeno@gmail.com. That is my email ID, yazeeno@gmail.com. So thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.